Listen very carefully because what's developing right now is going to impact millions of Americans over the next 5 days. A powerful storm system is about to bring damaging winds, large hail, tornadoes, followed by freezing temperatures and a potential major snowstorm this weekend. Drop your location in the comments immediately and I'll tell you exactly what's headed your way. We have much more clarity now about what's going to happen as we've gotten closer to this event. Tomorrow, Wednesday, brings chances for damaging winds and hail. Thursday is when this builds chances for tornadoes, hail, and damaging winds. But Thursday evening is showing those damaging winds could push further towards Ohio Valley and the Great Lakes. Then we have our main event Friday, where we could see significantly more tornadoes, damaging winds, and hail. Comment your city right now, and I'll break down your specific timing. Right at this very moment, thunderstorms are ongoing over Washington and Oregon with snow at higher elevations. But the Northeast is getting hammered with freezing rain, sleet, and snow for New England that continues all the way until tomorrow morning. If you're dealing with this right now, drop your location in the comments because I want to hear how it's affecting you. Tomorrow, Wednesday, you can have thunderstorms in the green risk areas. There's no tornado chances tomorrow, but there will be chances for wind and hail. Here's your cities and states at risk for hail threats tomorrow. And here's your cities and states at risk for damaging winds. Comment if you're in any of these zones and I'll give you detailed timing. As we go into tomorrow, a cutoff low is coming from the southwest, bringing severe weather with it as it goes across the Four Corners Wednesday evening into the south central states all the way till Thursday morning. There will be storms as you go through Wednesday evening, but it will be more severe as you go into Thursday, bringing chances for damaging winds and hail. And you cannot rule out a brief tornado. Drop your city in the comments if you're in this path. When you go through Thursday night, you can see it starts pushing towards Ohio Valley and the Great Lakes, bringing threats as well. So far, showing chances for hail and damaging winds. Then we have what kicks off for Friday, and this is where things get really intense. This is where we get that negative tilt, we get a deep trough, and we get multiple storms building up. Comment your location, and I'll tell you which day poses the biggest threat for you. For Thursday, you can see thunderstorms along Arizona, a little bit of Nevada, also in the green area going from the south central all the way towards the Great Lakes. We have a 5% risk, and this is for all hazards, chances for damaging winds, hail, and tornadoes. Here's your cities and states at risk for severe weather Thursday. Tell me in the comments if you're in any of these areas. According to the National Weather Service, if the storms can mature within the favorable sheared environment, then the threat for damaging winds, isolated hail, and a tornado could evolve. I still think this could linger all the way towards Ohio Valley and the Great Lakes, at least for chances of damaging winds and high winds coming through. Drop your exact location and I'll respond with your forecast. As we go into Friday, that's our main event as we get that negative tilt on that shortwave trough and it starts bringing chances for tornadoes, damaging winds, and hail again. Here's your cities and states at risk for severe weather Friday. Colorado State University is showing it could be upgraded for eastern Oklahoma, Arkansas, southern Missouri, southern Illinois, and western Tennessee. Comment your state if you're watching from these areas. Friday could be more intense for Louisiana, going through central and northern Mississippi. As we go through Saturday, it could push further towards the northeast, bringing at least a marginal threat for damaging winds and possibly small hail. Drop your location if you're in the northeast and concerned about Saturday impacts. If you look at our vorticity, we have that cutoff low tomorrow coming across the Four Corners Wednesday evening across the south central, bringing that threat all the way till Thursday going towards Ohio Valley. But our main threat is going to come from this deep trough right behind it as it literally goes into that negative tilt and starts intensifying the storms across the south. Comment if you want me to explain what negative tilt means for your area. This will create strong storms Friday evening all the way to Friday night coming across for the northeast. We have a pocket of instability that comes across as well. If you look at the weather pattern, we have this big upper level high revolving all this moisture clockwise, while a cold trough of cold air comes down and pivots right towards the same area. Drop your city, and I'll tell you which side of this setup you're on. This section where the warm air and the cold air meet together is going to be our most hostile area. This is bringing damaging winds and that big snowstorm all the way towards the Great Lakes and the Northeast as you go through Saturday. When you have low pressure and high pressure squeezing together, you get these tight isobars, and that signifies high winds and strong wind chills. Tell me in the comments if you're prepared for dangerous wind chills. As we go into Thursday, this is where it really builds. Thursday and Friday, we sit right in that deep trough, continuously bringing all this warm temperature and moisture right across the lower Mississippi and mid-Mississippi Valley, bringing massive instability all the way from Thursday into Friday, where it gets stronger. Then Saturday, you can see that pocket of instability that goes towards the northeast, bringing thunderstorms with it as well. Comment your location and I'll break down your Saturday forecast. The whole time you're getting these thunderstorms, cold air is coming through, bringing that snowfall for Friday going into Saturday. Then the cold blast comes right through all the way till Sunday and Monday after that. This is the 6Z Euro that came out this morning, still showing as we go through Thursday, we have strong winds aloft. This will continue thunderstorms all the way towards Ohio Valley and the Great Lakes Thursday evening. This is going to bring a potential damaging wind event. Drop your city if you're in this zone. Overnight Thursday into Friday, we're going to get more strong winds aloft as we get that negative tilt, bringing our threat all over again. This is going to bring strong wind chills. If you notice, it has shifted slightly further towards the east, but the impacts are the same. You can see that trough coming down, bringing chances for damaging winds with this weather pattern. Comment and I'll tell you your wind gust forecast. Models are showing damaging winds building up as we go Thursday into Thursday evening all the way from the south central towards the Great Lakes, bringing 40 and 50 mile per hour wind gusts all the way towards the interior. Northeast, when that deep trough comes, it's bringing very cold temperatures with it. That's going to bring this snowstorm and help the snow stick around for the weekend. Tell me in the comments if you're a snow lover or if you're dreading this. You see, it really digs in as we go from Friday all the way from the south central towards the Great Lakes through Saturday for the mid-Mississippi Ohio Valley, all the way through Sunday for the Northeast, still bringing major snow for today and tomorrow for the Rockies and the Cascades. But as we go Friday into Saturday, that's where it's bringing that major snowstorm potential. Drop your location if you're in the potential heavy snow zone. This is the 6Z, the newest run this morning with the European, and you can see the latest projections on that snowstorm showing the same thing the GFS is now showing. GFS has finally come around to what the Euro has been saying all along. Comment your city and I'll tell you what the models are showing for you specifically. As we check the possibilities of what actually could be the outcome, we go to the ensembles. Each one has slightly different variations, so we can see possibilities from worst case scenario to best case. You can see many of these showing this strong storm all the way from the Four Corners through the central Great Plains towards the Great Lakes. Drop your location and I'll explain what this means for you. There are still a few that show it could hit a warm scenario where it won't get that snowfall for the Central Plains and it'll only be around the Great Lakes. But more than likely you will get something there, it just won't be major snowfall. The major snowfall will be as it goes into the evening towards the Great Lakes and the Ohio Valley. You can see this on the other 25 ensembles, showing a warmer scenario is possible, but it's going to be about timing. Comment and I'll break down the timing for your area. With the GFS ensembles, there are 30 showing it's still 50-50 whether the snowstorm is going to be big or small. But you can see you're going to get something according to many ensembles along the Central Plains, just not a lot. Tell me in the comments what you're most concerned about with this pattern. The latest European forecast shows, as we go into Thursday morning, you're more likely going to start getting thunderstorms as we get that surface low building over Kansas. This is going to bring chances for damaging winds, maybe even a brief tornado you need to be aware of. As we move towards lunchtime, towards Missouri, southern Iowa into Illinois where it stays close to that surface low, we might get cyclogenesis, a strengthening low pressure. This will bring damaging winds Thursday evening for Illinois, Indiana, maybe southern Michigan, and western Ohio. Drop your state if you're in this corridor. As we go into Friday, this is where we get that deeper trough building up. This is where we really start getting a threat for tornadoes. As we get supercells forming Friday around lunchtime, it really builds up multiple layers of storms, bringing damaging winds and potential tornadoes. Friday evening, it really deepens and we get that surface low where it's more of a threat all the way until Friday evening for the south. Comment your city if you're in the south and tracking this closely. This is where cold temperatures are coming down towards the four corners and the snow is starting to build up. Remember, this is low pressure spinning clockwise, spinning all that precipitation towards those colder temperatures. Friday evening, you're going to see more snow, more storms from the mid-Mississippi, lower Mississippi Valley all the way until Saturday, where we still have a surface low towards Ohio Valley and we could see another day of severe weather. Tell me in the comments which threat concerns you most. Our instability is towards the south, but we still have that pocket that goes towards the northeast that could bring more threats. Maybe some hail, maybe some damaging winds on a linear event. We're literally 4 days out at this point. Getting that cold air, getting that snowstorm, and getting more storms as we go through Saturday evening as well. Drop your location and I'll give you a detailed breakdown. The temperatures you can expect as we go through Saturday morning show that deep trough, bringing the freezing temperatures and very strong wind chills. Possibly in Colorado, you could feel -20 to -30 degree wind chills as that comes through. You can see the GFS is agreeing with the European, showing it comes down Saturday towards Ohio Valley and the Great Lakes, bringing strong wind chills with it. Comment if dangerous cold is a concern for you. Sunday, it stretches towards interior northeast, bringing the freezing temperatures and very cold wind chills. Monday, it's really going to pivot towards the eastern U.S. while the western U.S. is frozen as well. With the wind chills coming in for Monday, this is where the deepest cold could go all the way towards the southeast. The GFS is also in agreement with the Euro. Drop your city and I'll tell you your wind chill forecast. We have more information now of what is possibly happening right around the corner. I will keep you updated when we start tomorrow with better information. I will start afternoon updates as well, so we can get it narrowed down to timing, impacts, and what you can expect. This is going to be dangerous for some travels. Comment your location and I'll give you travel advisories. Remember, we still have freezing rain coming down possibly today into tomorrow across Minnesota, Wisconsin, and Michigan. For the Northeast, you get chances for freezing rain and then snow. Just be aware of that. But as we go into Thursday all the way into the weekend, everything's going to start getting more intense. Drop your exact location in the comments and tell me what concerns you most about this pattern. The most commented location gets a comprehensive breakdown in tomorrow's video. Make sure you're paying attention to the forecast so you know what to expect right around the corner from this storm system and this weather pattern. Not everybody's going to be in the storms, but you are going to feel these cold temperatures and very cold wind chills. Comment one more time with your city and I'll personally respond with your specific forecast.